The Minnesota Vikings have 4 players of varying experience under contract at QB. That isn't keeping them from exploring the market, with the off-season program calling for multiple camp arms to alleviate wear and tear. Another colonel earning his opportunity. EQ Football's social media team posted on X on May 7. Parker McKinney is headed to Minnesota after receiving an invite to the Vikings minicamp. One of the top FCS quarterbacks, McKinney had 41 total touchdowns and 8 interceptions in 2022 before a slight dip in production last season, NBC Sports Boston's Logan Reardon wrote on January 16. He completed 63% of his passes for 3,033 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions last season, adding another 225 yards and 3 scores on the ground. A 6-year performer, all spent at EQ, he totaled 12,751 passing yards and 94 touchdowns to 44 picks. He racked up 1,671 yards and 23 scores on the ground in that span, including a career-best 596 yards in 2021. Listed at 6'4", he has prototypical height. He is also listed at a slight 208 pounds, though. That is just the first hurdle McKinney faces in his first crack at making an NFL roster this coming season. Darnold signed a 1-year, $10 million contract in free agency this offseason. He has been a bridge option from the beginning. McCarthy, whom the Vikings traded up to draft with the number 10 overall pick, is their hopeful future at the position. The Vikings' efforts to add arms could be ominous for Mullins and Hall. Mullins is in year 2 of a 2-year, $2.2 million contract. The Vikings can cut him for a minimal dead cap hit at $375,000. Hall would cost even less, just $209,457 in year 2 of a 4-year, $4.1 million pact. There also might not be enough room to keep 2 developmental quarterbacks on the roster. Hall could still make sense for the practice squad to continue grooming him for an eventual backup role. The former BYU standout offers a dual-threat skill set that is similar to McCarthy. While the Vikings continue their roster tweaks ahead of rookie minicamp, OTAs, and training camp, one former Vikings quarterback is back in free agency after a short stint with his new team, the New Orleans Saints. #Saints waived Kellen Mond and Tommy Kramer, KPRC2's Aaron Wilson reported on X on May 8. The Vikings made Mond the first of 4 third-round picks in the 2021 draft. The number 66 overall pick of the class, Mond was waived in August of 2022. He has split his time since between the Cleveland Browns and Indianapolis Colts. He only recently signed with the Saints but always faced an uphill climb to make the Saints roster behind starter Derek Carr. There could be a camp spot for Mond in Minnesota. His previous tenure was seemingly hamstrung under former head coach Mike Zimmer, who is now with the Dallas Cowboys,